Hi, it's EJ. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome back to my existing viewers and subscribers. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about, if you remember my last video, I made the Linds Handmade Linds Handmade Guardian backpack. I'm looking at the pattern piece so I can remember the name of the designer. I mean, I knew it's Linds, but I get confused. You get it, right? Anyways, so I made the bag. I made it once and then I remade it, you guys. Yes, I took apart the other one. I did not like it. It was just sagging on the inside. I just did not like it. So what I did was I remade it. I took the hardware off of it and the zipper off of it and reused some of the pieces. So I'm gonna bring the bag and show you those pieces. I've already got my stuff in it because I took it to work. Yesterday was my last day. It was supposed to be today, but since we would work from home today, they made yesterday my last day, so I wouldn't have to go back and drop off the laptop and the equipment and stuff. So I've been using it at work. I absolutely love this bag. I have to say, I love it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here it is in all its glory. And I do have my stuff in it. And you see how it doesn't sag? I put two pieces of Deco because I don't like a saggy bag. And I literally have my wallet and stuff in there. Took it to work. One of my coworkers saw me and was like, I love that bag. I was like, oh, I made it. Yes, I made it. Like, I have not been so proud of my bags that I've made, but this one I was gloating. I was just like, yes, I made the bag. She yanked the bag from me and she was like, no, you didn't make this bag. I said, oh, yes, I did. And she opened it, like, I'm not kidding. She opened it, she put it on, she walked around with it, and she's like, I have to have one. She was like, it looks like a professional did your bag. And I was like, thank you. So I have not been so proud of making a bag. I've made tons of bags, and this bag just made me gave me the confidence inside. Like, I want to make more. Like, I want to sew more. And I will sew more because I did get 6 orders from last week, just me taking my bag in. And I wasn't going to, but I said, you know what, I'm going to transfer my stuff over because I want to take this bag. And I wanted to see, like, because I usually have my laptop bag and my lunch bag and, I'm just a whole bag lady, right? And so I was like, I'm going to take this because I don't feel like dealing with all that stuff. So I took it, and wow, was this a showstopper. They love the color combination. I mean, if you could see, I want you to see the sides. The bottom, I did stitch. I stitched my interfacing in place. So you could see how perfect. Look how nice this looks. Look at that. This is just from where, it's a little crinkly, but it's not because it's the stitches. You can see it's like in the middle. So it's not anything. It's just from, wearing it because it's a soft vinyl. And then they were like, is this leather? It feels so nice. I'm like, no, it's vinyl. See the top. I ended up just doing the blue because I hated the way the black looked. I was like, no, I don't like it. So, and there it is. Perfect. I have not been so proud of myself. So with this bag, what I ended up doing was binding the inside, like I said I would. So I was gonna do a video before I put my stuff in it, but put my stuff in it. So the inside is bound, see? Inside is, and I love it because it just kind of tucks in the corner like that. You could see back here how it just kind of tucks there. Yeah. So that's the inside. I did bring the zipper down because the zipper was like way at the top. I did bring that down. I have stuff in my pockets, and yeah, I could not be more proud of this bag. I'm telling you, I feel like, yeah, I made that bag. I did, you know. It's just, I don't know, it just gave me that feeling. And I never let things get to me, you know, like when they say, that's nice, you made that, you know, I never let that get to me. But this, it just made me feel so proud. And then I got more orders. And so yeah, and the way that I did the bounding in the bottom here was I snipped into it because none of this it's gonna fray. If you have just regular woven fabric, you know, cotton fabrics that you're working with, and you want to do what I did here, you won't have no problem binding it because it's not thick. This is vinyl and waterproof canvas, so it's a little bit thicker, especially, you know, in these areas right here. So what I did was, I'll show you on the, like, I'll kind of give you an example. So here in the inside, about here, I snipped into it and flattened it. So binding comes down and then it flattens in, and then at the bottom is where I sew it into. So I did the sides first, flatten it, and then I bound the bottom. So now it's all nice and neat and tucked in. So you don't see like, you know, strip here and strip here. Like, no, it's all into the bottom. And I don't want to turn this bag inside out. That's the one thing I did not like, is when I had to turn, and I have my big wallet in there, guys. Yeah, it's flat in the corners because the way that I stitched it in. And again, I would show you, but I don't want to turn it inside out. That's the one thing I did not like, is once the bag is done and you have to turn it, it was a beast, because, you know, you're dealing with these fabrics, you know, even though it's a backpack and it's open, it was still, and because I did use double, what is it called? Oh my God, stabilizer in the bottom. The Decoville, I put 2 pieces of Decoville and then I stitched it down so that it wouldn't lift. And then I mentioned before on the Decoville here on the light, I only put the 1 piece, but I had to tape it in place so that way it wouldn't move, because the first bag that I made, the Decoville would come, it was coming off, and I was like, no, I'm gonna have to duct tape that. So I duct taped that into place. And what I did was I took this piece off of the other bag, so that the handle, so I didn't have to do that. The straps I took from the other bag, the hardware, and then that's it. Everything else is, I cut brand new. I got my magnet snap here. What I like about this here, of course, when I go to airports and stuff like that, which I'm taking this with me on my trip, I leave on Tuesday, I'm not going to put anything that, you know, could get stolen from here in there. But what I liked about it was when I had my keys in hand and I, you know, forgot to put them in, I just dumped them in there, you know, put my bag on and went into the office. And I loved this. I absolutely love this. So that's what the bag looks like. The one thing that I did notice by using the seatbelt webbing was, with these, it's very loose. See how easy? So it does move. It will move on you. So that was the only thing that I did not like. I did not add the side little strap. I know one of the orders, they do want the strap. So I will add that for that order. And we'll be making that when I get back. I've already have vinyl here ready to cut out. I'm gonna move my bag to the side, but I absolutely love my bag. Like, love this bag. And I'm not a backpack type of person, but I have to tell you, it looks elegant, it looks classy, and it's good for trips, right? So I've already got my pieces traced out here. You can see on 1 piece of vinyl. I'm gonna have to put an order for some more. So I have this one as a gift. I'm making one for my husband's daughter, one for my daughter, one for my daughter-in-law. So I'm making 3 as gifts. And then I have those orders. And then I'm gonna make another one. I have this vinyl. And I thought, you know what, that'll look really pretty. So I'm gonna use this up in that, because I just think the red is just yeah. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use a seatbelt webbing on this one or if I'm going to actually make the straps. I only have this piece, so I'm hoping, I mean, I've already drawn off on this one, right? And I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be enough. I probably won't add the front pocket to it. That was one of the things too. One of the ladies that ordered it, she wants it very, very plain. She doesn't want the side pockets or the front pocket. Well, and I told her the front pocket was just my preference, and she can make it however she wanted, you know, color, design it. So with hers, I feel like it's not going to be as bulky, you know, in the seams, and it'll be a lot easier for me to bind the inside, but definitely going to bind them. So if you've made it and you didn't like how the inside, you know, because the way that the pattern instructs you to do it, I did that the first time, as I mentioned, and I showed you in the last video. The inside was really saggy, and then I did see in other, I think it was Lauren Mormino showed her inside of her bag, and it looked a little saggy. And I think it's just the way, because it's the only thing that's stitched and holding it is the top. So, you know, that back piece, not the pocket side, you know, the inside where the pockets are at, this piece, it kind of is just like, hello, I'm here, you know. And I wanted it to be, as you could see in here by binding it, it is not that way. It's nice and it looks nice, right? It's just nice and tucked in. Where, you know, here would have been loose in here because there's nothing really holding it because of the way the pattern has you put it together, which is a really nice way to put it together. It's very easy, and you know, you have a cleaner seams. So for those of you that don't want to bind, that would be a good way to do the inside. I mean, you know, to follow the pattern. But if you want it to look nice and neat, just bind it. Just bind it. Just make sure you do the sides first. And then, and I probably will do a video of when I put the bags together. It's not going to be a tutorial. I don't have permission to do a tutorial. I haven't asked. But I'm going to do, you know, sew with me. Let's make this bag. And I'm going to show you how I bind it. But it's not going to be until December because I don't get back until December. I leave Tuesday and I don't get back till like the 3rd of December. But I do have to get going on making bags, you know, especially for gifts. So this one, like I said, I've already got it traced out. I have to order some more supplies. I'm going to get, smack myself in the face in the process. I'm going to get this one cut out as well. I was thinking a leopard. Oh, I have another one too. A brown. I'm going to do a brown. So either I do a leopard with this, or I leave it very classy and red and do the brown with the leopard straps. So I did find some straps that I wanted. I ordered one with skulls for my daughter-in-law, and then one with Disney for my husband's daughter. She's a Disney fanatic, so we're gonna do Disney for her. And then my daughter, I'm gonna do a Burberry themed one, or just a classic black one if I don't do a Burberry themed one. But yeah, so I'm excited, and I absolutely cannot wait to get this bag sewn. Like seriously, I'm not a very proud person when I make my things. Like I'm just very humble, but this bag made me feel very proud. And you know, the work that I put into it, even though I made it twice, like the same bag twice, and it's just my preference. I feel like binding the inside gives it a better structure, as you saw, and the inside looks clean, and the binding is just kind of tucked in, and it looks really good. And I'm very happy that I made this bag. And again, I added, normally I wouldn't do colored straps or zippers or anything like that, right? But I love blue, and I loved how it looked with the black. And another thing is that no one can take my bag and say it's theirs, because I made the bag. I know that I had the blue, you know what I mean? Like, you know, you could, sometimes you go somewhere and everybody has the same kind of bag, the same color, the same, you know, brand, the same style. And now, like, you can't say that with this, because you don't have rainbow hardware, you don't have the blue. And I didn't put my tag on this just because, again, I want it to be clean and classy. But then I was thinking I can literally add it to the top and it won't be in the way here, or I could add it on the side. Again, I'm just kind of, you know, for me, I didn't add it, but for the other bags I make, I am going to add it. So I'm either going to put it at the top so that it's not in the way and it's just kind of here or somewhere else, you know, we'll see. But I didn't want to put it on the body. I don't want to put, you know, have my name tag here. I just think that, you know, these are people's bags and yes, I made them. And yes, we want people to see our logo and our tag, but I don't want it to take from the bag itself. So I'm either going to stick it at the top so it won't, you know, take from the bag, or stick it in the inside. I do have some that I can just sew in, you know, maybe sew in here, you know, in the flap area, or just here, like just maybe even just putting it there. You know, I'm still kind of playing with the idea. I think here at the top, you know, it's kind of like, it's visible, but it's not distracting from the bag at all. And it's not going to be where, you know, the wear of the bag, it'll stretch out the material and, you know, it's here. Nothing's, you know, nothing's going to happen to it. So that was it. So on my bag, I didn't add my logo, but I really love this. And I mean, people were just, they thought it was leather. They thought it was, I bought it. They said it was so well done. Again, if you do binding, look at how good that looks. Look at that. Even the bottom. See? You'll see that I stitched the interfacing in place. Look at that. Never been so proud. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not a proud person. Like, I don't, but this one I was like, I made it. Yeah, I made it. Then I just kept telling everybody I made it, you know. Unfortunately, I should have, you know, I should have taken it sooner and I didn't. And maybe I would have got more orders, and maybe I will when the ladies go back with their bags. They're going to be like, oh, where'd you get that bag? And then they'll remember, oh yeah, you know, she made it, you know. And then they'll give them my card or info, you know. But yeah, so I am so happy with this bag. And if, you know, stay tuned. I am going to get something out with how I do the insides. Not a tutorial, but a sew with me. So you'll see me construct the bag, put the materials together. Again, I have to wait until I get back. I don't have much time. Today's Friday, the 18th, and tomorrow, the 19th, we're having an early Thanksgiving for my family, my kids. That's the only family I have left, my kids. So that way they don't feel deprived that they didn't get a Thanksgiving, because I'll be in France. So tomorrow, and I also extended, you know, opened my doors. I invite everybody, you know, whoever wants to come and eat, you're more than welcome. I always make more than enough. That's the type of person I am. And I invited my daughters, I just say they're married, but they're not, boyfriend's family over as well. And they are coming, so I'm excited about that. I took the whole day. I'm so glad that they said, you know, let's make yesterday, Thursday, my last day, because the whole day, it's already late afternoon. I just cleaned and decorated. Well, I had some decorations out, but I usually like put the tablecloths on the tables and, you know, centerpieces, and I do all of those things and bring out the good china and, you know, things like that. Make it fancy and just pretty, you know, just pretty. And so I was doing that all morning, just cleaning and getting things together and, you know, making sure I had all my ingredients. And then tonight I will start cutting like all of the onions and stuff, just preparing and keeping them in containers. That way tomorrow I'll put it together and let's start cooking, you know. And I do everything from scratch. That's the other thing. I do everything from scratch, so it takes up a lot of time. And so I just wanted to have a lot of things already done today, rather than wait till tomorrow, because I would have been moody that I had to clean and put all that together. So I'm so glad that it worked out for, you know, for me, that I didn't have to work today, Friday the 18th, and just, yeah. Sorry that I went on a tangent there. I just letting you know the video will not be out until December. I plan to start getting it cracking right when I get back. I'll probably take a day to rest. I'll be honest with you. Because I know we leave Tuesday, Monday night. I'm going to scrub again and everything will be clean. By the time we come back, I won't have to do laundry, just our clothes that we, took with us. But we'll have clean sheets and all that good stuff. So we don't have to worry about that when we get back. So I can rest and then get started with this Guardian backpack. Like again, like I said, I'm not a backpack person, but I love this bag. Love it. So Linds, you outdid yourself with this one. This one's great. I love the pattern. It's just so classy. It is. And if this is something that you're interested in learning how I made my bag, then stay tuned. December sometime, we will get a video done. We will do a work with me. We'll get the patterns cut out because I have several bags I need to make, and we'll just get it going and you'll see how I bind the inside. Thank you for being with me. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate, and we'll talk soon. Bye.